Welcome back to Beyond the Loch. In our last episode we were actually on the Loch, and as you can probably tell from behind us here, we're back on Loch Ness again today. We're continuing our conversations with some of our local heroes, and today we are delighted to be joined by Stuart Macdonald from Fish Loch Ness, one of the many operators locally offering adventure experiences in and around Loch Ness, providing memories to last a lifetime through authentic visitor experiences. Stuart, a very warm welcome.
Thank you.
Stuart, can you perhaps start by telling our viewers how Fish Loch Ness begun and how your lifelong passion for Loch Ness and fishing evolved into a guided fishing experience?
Sure. So I started to fish when I was 5 years old. Been fishing ever since then. I moved down to Loch Ness when I was 15, and I started a career locally, fishing and shooting with a local sporting estate. The part of my job there was to assist clients fishing the local rivers, local lochs like Loch Ness. So I decided that I wanted to start my own business. So I wanted to put everything that I learnt in my trade into a full-time job for myself and my family.
Fantastic. Looking around us, it's quite the office.
It certainly is, isn't it? It's beautiful.
I must congratulate you on what you've achieved with Fish Loch Ness. It's not easy starting a business, and especially what can be a seasonal business, whether it being fishing. Hugely important to your family. I know from having known you for a long time now just what that means to your family. What does fishing on Loch Ness mean to you, Stuart?
Oh, it means everything to me. I see Loch Ness as the biggest stage in the world. It's not the biggest loch in Scotland. It's second to Loch Morar, but you know, you've got the experience of trying to come out here you look for the Loch Ness monster. You can come out here you can try and catch a big fish.
Yeah.
All the while you're out here, you've got all the scenery around. There's wildlife, birds, all sorts of things. So
yeah,
and I think I've got a couple of little stories to keep people laughing as well.
That's always important. It's always important. Stuart, I'm sure one of the questions that everyone is wondering, the various species of fish that are in Loch Ness, can you tell our viewers a little bit about those? Yeah,
certainly. So I'll start off with the mighty Atlantic salmon. We're fishing for salmon at the moment. Nothing seems to be taking the baits at the minute, but we hope that might change. So we have 9 species of fish in Loch Ness that people actively go for. We have the second behind the Atlantic salmon. We have the mighty Ferex trout. They're large piscivorous trout. They eat lots of everything else in the loch. Yeah. I believe Loch Ness holds a Scottish record, and I intend to try and get it one day. One of my clients. We have brown trout. We've got sea trout, a few pike, a few perch, a few big eels, 2 species of Arctic char. The Arctic char is the only fish I've not caught in Loch Ness.
Okay.
And there's all the smaller fish. There's the lampreys, the sticklebacks, and the minnows.
Yep. You talked about. I know from again speaking to you this week, the smile that comes across your face when you're catching salmon, and the thrill that you get from catching a Ferex trout. But perhaps expanding a little bit on, we talked about fishing for salmon at the moment, but the kind of equipment that you're using for the different types of fishing, and what perhaps viewers and potential guests could experience if they booked with Fish Loch Ness.
Okay, so a traditional salmon fishing experience would be a setup like we have here. We trawl with 3 rods, and clients can fish with small spinning rods in conjunction with these. So we use a traditional old style metal lure for salmon, and there's some modern ones as well. Depending on the kind of wave you have on the day, whether there's that sunshine, all these little conditions
make a difference.
Make a difference to what we fish for. If we're fishing for Ferex trout, for example, we would mount say a 10-inch dead fish on each rod with 4 to 5 trebles on each mount, and the idea is that because you're using a bait that's real, the Ferex trout come into it, and there's all sorts of attractors and noise and things on the line to draw the fish in.
Okay.
So the Ferex come out, the Ferex trout come in, and they'll have multiple chances to seize the bait. And as I said before, because it's a real fish, you've got scent coming off there. You've got the real scales which contain guanin, which is the natural shininess in a scale.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe there's blood secreting from it. So Ferex will come at a lure many times, and I can recall one that came and it had 9 separate attempts at the lure, at the bait, sorry, before it was actually hooked, and we had that fish on for maybe 30 minutes or so, 40 minutes.
That's incredible.
Absolutely, and it would have been the fish of our career, but unfortunately we lost it at the net. So
the old story.
The old story, yeah, indeed.
Fishing, not catching.
Yeah.
Stuart, if I was coming to the area, or indeed living in the area, and wanted to book with yourself with Fish Loch Ness, perhaps maybe have not fished before, is that something that you can accommodate?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And what would that entail? Is there a guide there? Tell us how that would happen.
So what would happen is when I would collect the client at the hub, take them to the boat. I'd give them a little safety briefing on how the life jackets work. I would then give them a description on how all these rods work and what we're going to fish for that day. So I'll give them a rundown as to there's a protocol for what you do when a salmon strikes.
Yep.
So we go through all that, and I also go through a protocol for using small spinning rods as well.
Okay.
So they use small spinning rods in conjunction with these. So it keeps a client entertained. It's a new method of fishing for them. Yep. So they have a chance of catching a fish themselves with a rod, casting it themselves, and there's also the possibility of one of these rods striking a big fish as well.
Okay. So again, you would actually go through a tutorial with the client if they hadn't fished before.
Yes, yeah.
Give them that confidence.
Yeah, so there's a full tutorial on the pier before we come on the boat. This is to iron out any imperfections, just to make sure that the client is confident in how to use the tools of the trade, so to speak.
Absolutely, absolutely. Stuart, you've previously mentioned earlier about the scenery, and not sure if Chris, our cameraman, can possibly catch a glimpse of Bucket Castle in the background there, but do you have favourite spots around Loch Ness, obviously without giving away secrets?
Lots of favourite spots.
So again, perhaps talk a little bit more then about your new product that you have coming on board with the catch and cook, and how that works if people want to come and experience that in Loch Ness.
Okay, so the Fish Loch Ness has 2 boats. We have this boat, which offers the experience out from Dublin Rocket. We have a second boat. It's a traditional big fly fishing boat, open top, and it's an experience where a fisher or a small group of fishers, anywhere up to 3 fishers in a group, can come on the boat. I'll teach them how to fly fish for the day. We would go out, we try and catch a fish on the fly, one of the oldest methods and traditional methods of catching fish in Scotland. I would then offer the client an opportunity where we can pull the boat onto the shore. I would cook them a lively meal on the shore with the fish that they catch, or maybe a steak or something of their likings.
So they could pre-arrange.
Absolutely, yeah. They can make the call with me, and it's a complete bespoke service.
Yeah.
So everything is tailored towards the actual group.
Yes, so including dietary requirements that anyone may have.
Absolutely, yes.
Fantastic. It sounds like the sort of trip I want to go on myself. I must book with you someday, Stuart. Stuart, I'm thinking of our visitors from perhaps across the globe and thinking, coming to Loch Ness, do I want to go on a fishing trip? What would your advice be to them?
Absolutely. Give me a call. We'll get out. I can't guarantee a Loch Ness monster, but I can guarantee a good time trying to catch a big fish.
And I don't think you can possibly ask for more than that, to be
No,
honest.
I don't think so.
Stuart, thank you so much for joining us on Beyond the Loch.
You're very welcome.
For all our viewers back home, please subscribe to our channel. If you'd like to book with Stuart or any of our experienced providers, please visit lochnesstravel.com. That's lochnesstravel.com, and we look forward to welcoming you to Loch Ness and the Highlands.